Have you considered adding someone to your assets or your property to hold it as a joint tenancy and not really considered what problems may occur? Stick around, I'm about to explain it. Hello, and thank you for joining me. My name is Krista Hermance, and I am the estate planning mom. Here at our practice, we focus on educating and planning for families with minor children. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and hit that bell to be notified when we release videos every Thursday. Today, I'm going to be talking about adding someone to your assets or your property to have them co-own the property with you to assist in your estate planning. So some people do this in an effort to not have to go through probate, right? It's to avoid probate in the probate process, and then not have to put like a trust in place. So I'm gonna go through some of the problems that can occur when doing this. So the first one, let's talk about bank accounts. So let's say you're single and you have minor children, you're divorced, and so you have your divorced spouse. So you want to list your sister as a co-owner of your checking account. Okay, so it doesn't seem too harmless, you trust your sister, but there's some things that could happen, right? You know, you never know what life is going to bring, and there's just certain things that you should know about in doing that. So your intention is that your sister is named on the bank account so that if something were to happen to you, that money would go to your sister to provide for your kids. Well, what if your sister has a creditor problem, right? What if she's got judgments against her or liens, and then they find out about this bank account, and then they go and attach it to your bank account, and they take money from your bank account because your sister is added onto that account, okay? In addition to that, you know, if something did happen to you and that money went to your sister, there's no legal instructions for your sister to follow that actually says, this is how my money should be distributed to my kids. And while you think your sister is going to make the right decisions for you in relation to raising your kids and providing for them, she has nothing legally holding her to make those determinations, to make sure that it's benefiting your kids, okay? So the way to get around that is by doing a trust. You know, that's what we work with families in doing, is setting up a plan through a revocable living trust where you're able to put your assets into your trust and then have the specific instructions for your successor trustee, like your sister, to be able to follow. And these are written down instructions that your kids that are going to benefit, that your kids are going to benefit from. So your sister can follow those instructions, and then she has this legal writing that she has to follow. Next, I'm going to talk about houses. So let's say you own a home and you want to add your sister onto your deed as a co-owner of your house, as a joint tenant. So at that point, your sister now owns half the house, right? And so same example, you know, if she's got creditors, if she's got issues, if there's a lawsuit against her, they can tack on a lien to your house, and you know, it's possible you could lose your home. So, you know, those are just things to take into consideration. In the same example I gave with the money, you know, if something happened to you, she owns that house outright. While you think and hope that she is going to do the right things with that money, she has absolutely no legal instructions or anything holding her to doing that. That's why it's so important when you're trying to get your estate plan together and make sure that, you know, you're avoiding probate and your kids are taken care of, because that's really what's most important to you, right? Is making sure that if something happened to you, your kids are going to be taken care of. You know, that's something that we work with families in doing, is making sure that they have a plan in place and that we look at all of the pros and cons from the different sides of different people involved and say, you know, how can we put a plan in place that makes sure that your kids are protected? So if you have any questions, please reach out to us, let us know. You can go to our website, estateplanningmom.com, lots of information there, and then just send us an email or give us a call, and we'd be happy to help you and try and figure out what kind of plan works for you. Thank you so much for joining me, and don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when we release videos every Thursday. Thank you.